Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching this. I've got the water kettle going in the background. I do need to do something with this crazy hair of mine, but it's not Monday, it's Tuesday after Memorial Day, but it is like kind of the Monday start to the week. So I'm trying to get on and get a few things done. I am drinking my coffee, I already got that going, so that's a plus for me. Like I said, I've got the water kettle going because I'm gonna bake some bread. We need to have some bread going. I need to do my kombucha. I'm getting all that done, and I'm also watching a YouTube live, Plan with Michelle. If you don't catch her lives, she does that occasionally in the mornings, so it's kind of fun. It's like having coffee with a friend and getting my day going. So I'm getting started. Let's do this, and then I'll take you through the rest of my day. I keep looking down at the screen. So let me get it together here. I thought it'd be fun to just kind of walk you along how we're going to reset our week and get going. We've got a lot of stuff, a lot of projects coming up, and how I'm going to kind of plan that out and kind of pluck it through our day. So let's get started. I always end up wearing dark clothes when I'm working with flour. Maybe I just always wear dark clothes, but I always get it all over myself. So I have two bread machines going. We do have two bread machines because I like to get them going at the same time. One loaf of bread is just not enough for our family anymore. So the first bread machine though, I bought both of them used. So if you're looking for a bread machine, I would really encourage you to check out your thrift shops or local like online sales groups. Our first bread machine we found years ago on like a local group, and then the second one I found, this is our second one, we found that one at a local thrift store, and both of them I paid less than 10. I think this my first one I paid $10 for, and the second one I think I only paid like $7 for because it was like one of the half offs. Actually, I think this one is in one of my thrift with me videos, so if you're curious and want to see how that goes, I can link it for you up in the description cards too. Anyways, so I got these going. I really ideally I would get more than 2 loaves done today because I want to try to make some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the freezer. And I had thought to just go ahead and buy some bread and get it done, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if I talked myself out of it when I was at the grocery store last, or I don't know. So anyways, either way, I don't have bread. So I need bread for the week just to have, and then also I want to get some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches prepped and in the freezer just as a quick snack or quick lunch like that the kids can grab and kind of just defrost as they want to. So ideally I'd get 4 loaves done today, but we'll see. I also, since my water kettle was on, I am going to get my second ferment for the kombucha done right now. I really want to get this kitchen cleaned, but as you can see, I've got a lot of projects going on right now. So let's get the second ferment done. That won't take hardly any time at all. Okay, it is loud in here because like I said, I got the dual machines going. But I think what I'm gonna do is actually separate, I have 1 jar of kombucha right now. So this is it. That's this floaty thing in here. That is the mother. If you've never made kombucha, it's a fermented tea. It's really good, great for gut health and things like that. Lots of probiotics and just good stuff. And so one of our June goals is to really try to get our gut health improved. And so I want to make sure that I'm on top of brewing the kombucha and whatnot. So I think though, because of that, I am going to separate out and make 2 jars instead of just the one we have. And so to do that, I had 1 jar left, an empty jar this size. This is, I think this is like a gallon size. So I have, yeah, this is a gallon. So I had 1 left that was empty. I use these size jars to like store my flour and stuff in the pantry. And I gotta refill those 2 today because we're making the bread and I ran out. But anyways, thankfully I still had 1. So I'm going to separate it out and I'll show you how I do that. And then I'm gonna brew enough tea to make 2 batches of kombucha. So what we're gonna do is, there's a huge mess everywhere. It just is, it's life. But I'm gonna take one of the scobies. See if I can find a spot to show you guys this. Okay, so I have just a glass jar here. I want to reserve 2 cups of the original kombucha here. And so I'm going to put in 1 cup into this jar, the empty jar. And then I have a lot of the mother that is growing here. These are also really great to make kombucha gummies. So you can, just gonna separate it out as best I can and put a piece. I know it looks really gross, but it's so good for you. So I'm gonna put this in there, and then this one I could actually put, because I have even another giant piece here on the bottom, but I've just put, you don't even need that much to start with. So I've got that in there. And then I'm gonna reserve a cup of this for this second jar. And then this, what's left in this jar is gonna become my second ferment. This is what's the liquid that's left in here is what will flavor, and then we'll have that like kind of fizzy flavored drink that you get from like store-bought. It's not as fizzy as store-bought kombucha, but we enjoy it, and you can make lots of fun flavorings and things like that, and it's considerably less expensive doing it this way. So one of my family's favorite flavors is elderberry, and sometimes I will go ahead and put in the extra teaspoon, sometimes I won't, honestly, but this time I'm gonna go ahead and put it in. So a teaspoon of sugar, and these are just regular 32 ounce, the quart size jars. So I put in about, like I said, a teaspoon of sugar, and then we have some elderberry syrup here, and I'm gonna put in I guess it's like 100 milliliters maybe. It's just, or almost 4 ounces, right to that first line there. And the elderberry has honey in it, so it has a sweetener in it too, and that's why I think sometimes I'll add in the extra sugar, sometimes I won't. They enjoy it both ways. And then I'm gonna just pour in the kombucha, which is just fermented tea, and I'm gonna be careful, my hands are clean, so you can be careful not to pour in my scobies into here, because I want them for, you could always take out your scobies too and put them aside, but I just kind of hold on to them and pour it in. And you want to leave a little room on the top there. You don't want to fill it all the way to the brim, because it is going to get fizzy and carbonated, and you don't want it to kind of explode your jars. So you can already see there's a little bit of fizz going on. So we're at those two done, and then I think I will do, I'm just going to take the easy route and do some of this. We have some simply watermelon juice that we're going to pour in, but you could use fresh fruits if you wanted to. We actually have fresh watermelon, but I don't have anything to add with it. I think like if you did fresh watermelon and mint, that would be really good, but we have this juice already open, so I'm going to pour a little of this in one of the jars. If you're using juice, I would check your ingredients and try to get as pure or as clean ingredients as you can. This one just has water, watermelon juice, cane sugar, lemon juice, cherry juice, and the natural flavors. So the natural flavors, who knows what that is, but like I said, I'm just taking an easy route and gonna flavor a jar up with that. And that's kind of it. That's all I really got. I'm gonna add a splash more juice in here because it looks, but this is why I wanted to make another jar, quart-sized jar, because we'll have just 3 quart-sized jars of kombucha, and I think with the summer months coming up, this will be a really refreshing drink for us, and we usually go through it much more quickly, and so I want to have more than just 3 jars for my family ready to roll. So I am going to clean up my mess here. All I do is just use some old lids, and you put this on. I tighten it, and then I just give it a quick little, not a shake, just kind of move it back and forth to get it mixed, and then you want to loosen it a little because you don't want it too tight. So open that up, just give it a little room, and then this will sit in my cupboard along with its little friends here. It'll sit in the cupboard for about a week, and then, so 7 days, and then I will take it out and put it in the fridge, and it's ready to roll. Another little tip is you can use a dry erase or wet erase marker. Wet erase is probably going to stay on longer than dry erase, but I just write on there what the flavor is so that we don't get it out a week later and we're like, what is this again? So we just write the flavor on there and then put it in the cupboard. So now I'm just going to add in, I use green tea. You could also use black tea if you wanted to. I put about 7 I put 7, I don't know about, I put 7 tea bags in. So I have 2 pots here and each one has 1 cup of sugar. I'm gonna put that in, put a little boiling water over it and let that just brew. And at that point, it's just gonna be sweetened green tea. And I just use a clothespin to kind of weigh this all down so that when I pour the water in, the tea bags don't fall in. You don't have to do that. You could just fish your tea bags right out. It's just how I like to keep the tea bags from falling in there. So we're gonna put that in and then I'll put in some hot water and do the same for both. Okay, and since I used my last large jar, I'm gonna go on to my Azure Standard. And I kind of keep a cart going, and when I get enough stuff in there, that's when I place our order. So I have a couple of things in our cart right now, and I do try to put out our Azure pickups and hauls and things like that. So if you haven't seen that, that's something you want to see. Something's out of stock already, but that's okay. It comes in and out of stock, so we'll just wait and see. But I want to add on, Azure Standard is where I bought my glass jars from, so I want to add on 1 more order of the large glass jars because I used the last one for this kombucha just in case I end up needing it, and then I have a couple more on hand. So I'm going to add that in, as well as I'm going to look to see if they have green tea. I typically get our green tea from Costco, but the last few times they haven't had any. So I'm going to see if Azure has any, and I'm going to add that to my cart too. Oh, Azure has the box that we usually get from Costco. So cool. I will add that to our cart, and then probably make myself a little note to check out sooner rather than later, because those are things that I'm going to be needing. So I'm down to, like, I used a little less than 1 row because I used a couple from here. But when you use, we have 2 jars, we'll be using 14 at a time. I kind of want to get it. And I would use bulk green tea, like to cut down on the little tea packets. But this is just how I'm doing it for now. I may look around here on Azure actually and see if they have a bulk green tea, just to cut down, like I said, on a little bit of waste. But we'll see. But anyways, I just wanted to say this is how I kind of keep up our little list going. When I notice that we're out of something, that drawer is bugging me because it's open. That drawer is bugging me, not this whole mess back here. Anyways, I'll go on and put the order, or put the items that we need in here, and then continue on with a couple of things in the kitchen. And at some point, I need to get outside and get going on the weeds out front. We had a good rain this past weekend, and it just feels like it sprouted them up, and I just can't ever keep on track with the weeds. Okay, I'm just gonna tie up my hair again because it was already falling out, but I'm gonna go outside. I've changed into some clothes that it's okay to get dirty in, and I'm gonna, hang on one second, buddy. Yeah, those will work. Can you just hang on a second? I'm gonna go outside for a little bit while the bread is still mixing, and just get my littles. They're already done with their schoolwork, so that's great. So we're gonna go outside. I'm gonna pull some weeds or get working on that project that I have, and just let them enjoy the sunshine while it is out today. So hope I don't scare the neighbors with my crazy hairdo, but let's go outside. I know it's a mess in here. I'm just gonna leave it. I'm gonna walk away from it and get some vitamin D out there, get some my body moving, and then I'll come back to here. I've only been outside for about 20 minutes. Ugh, I don't like waiting. I don't know who does. Anyways, but I'm gonna switch the bread over. I'm gonna take these out. I got some dough here. I'm gonna stretch it, or I'm gonna mold it to my pans. I like to put a little bit of parchment paper down first, down in the pan, and then I'll put the dough in and let it rise for 30 minutes. And while that's rising, I'm gonna get another 2 batches. So put it in the pan just like this. And then I'm gonna put another 2 loaves to start forming so that it can get 2 more loaves of bread in. And then go. Okay, we're back inside. I was out there a little bit longer, but I also got the our outdoor freezers. Inventoried. I don't know if I was rushing or maybe my water wasn't warm enough, but the bread dough this time around doesn't look like it should to me. Being in like one smooth ball, it kind of came out like this. So I'm gonna add a little bit more water to it. The only thing that I can think of was that the water is maybe not warm enough when I put it in because I was rushing. So I'm gonna add a little bit of water, give it a little knead, and see if it'll still come out. And just goes to show, I've used this recipe I don't know how many times. Sometimes mistakes happen, right? So that's okay though. I'm gonna see if I can save it, and if we can't save it, it will be a bummer. But let's see if we can't save it first. So like I said, I'm gonna add a little bit more water and then knead it and see if it will rise a little bit more. And then I'm sure there's bakers out there that know exactly what happened and exactly how to fix it, but I don't. So I'm just kind of trial and error here. So I'm gonna smash this up and try to put it into my bread pans and let it rise for 30 minutes, see how it looks, and then throw it in the oven at 350 for 30 minutes like the other bread. So I have 2 loaves done. If these 2 don't come out, maybe I'll try again later tonight, but I'm not sure. To be quite honest, I'm kind of tired. And my back is hurting a little bit from bending over, doing both the inventory and from pulling weeds. And so, yeah, I need to eat some lunch and then take a breather and reevaluate what we're gonna do with the rest of the kitchen today. Probably I'm not going to get it cleaned up. I also need to think about dinner because I didn't pull anything out this morning. So we'll see. If you're wondering what my kids are eating, we just went an easy route, and thankfully we had chicken nuggets in the freezer. My oldest popped those in the air fryer for us. And so they're eating that and some watermelon we have left over from the weekend. Okay, I went ahead and put in the misshapen dough into the oven, and that's been going, it's been going for 15 minutes. Let me take a peek at it. Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna taste very good, but I went ahead and put it in there anyways. I don't know what happened. And then I washed the dishes and I washed the bread pans, and I'm gonna put it away and just call it a day for bread making. But I figured, you know what, I have everything out. We have these larger containers here. That's what I use to put my that's what we keep our flour in, and then I usually refill these jars with the flour from there so I can use it. This is easier for me to reach on the pantry shelf, and then that's kind of longer term. But as you can see, my jar was empty, so I had to bring these out anyways. And since I had it all out, I was like, you know what, you already have all the ingredients out to make bread. Let's just try it one more time. So if by chance the misshapen loaves in the oven come out well, it'll be all that much better. We'll have all that much extra bread, and maybe I can just share with a neighbor or something. But I am tired. My oldest even was like, I think you need to take a breather, Mom. But there's only a couple more things I want to do. I want to get these jars filled up and put away, since like I said, I have everything out. And then I'm gonna take a shower and sit for a little while before I get on with dinner. I did end up coming up with a game plan for dinner. We have some potatoes that we purchased, so I'm just gonna throw them in the Instant Pot and make baked potatoes. And then I also had, when I was doing the freezer inventory, I found that we had a bag of we make no bean chili, and so I had a bag of that, and so I think we'll do like chili, no bean chili baked potatoes, and so that's what we'll have for dinner tonight, and that'll be relatively simple. So I've got that defrosting, the no bean chili defrosting, and then I will just clean up the potatoes and put them in the Instant Pot for a simple dinner too. So let me finish refilling my jars. I almost forgot what I was supposed to do, what I wanted to do. Get that pantry put back together. Another day, my pantry will have to get organized again. I think we just kind of need a new system because there's so many pans and we're in there multiple times a day that I need more container type things. Whereas before it was just me in there, but now that my kids are getting older, they're running in and out of the pantry on their own too. And so, yeah, anyways, but refill these containers, shower for sure, and then I think I'll sit down with my planner and actually make a list of things that I want to accomplish, kind of a monthly brain dump, because it's not all going to get done today. And then I'll check on these breads too. Okay, I finally took the shower And then I sat down for a little bit because I put a movie on for my younger kids, and I needed to sit for a minute. I was much more tired than I thought I was. So I sat and took care of some phone calls I needed to get done, and now I am putting the last 2 loaves in the oven. So we did go ahead and bake the, I'm just calling them ugly loaves because that's kind of what they look like. They just didn't come out very pretty. It tastes okay, but I don't know, we're not able to slice it like sandwich bread because it just kind of crumples and falls apart. So my oldest had a great idea and decided, why don't we just make like some croutons or something out of these? And so I think that's what we'll do. I'll just bag them up for today. I'm not gonna get to crouton baking today, but I think we will try to do that. And then we'll have, you know, fresh baked croutons for another day. But I'm gonna put these in bags for now and just set it aside. And then tomorrow maybe we will get to that adventure. And then like I said, I just put the last 2 loaves in the oven. So we made a total of 6 loaves by the time this is done of bread today, which is great. We usually go through about 2 loaves of bread, especially when I bake it throughout the week. My kids will eat peanut butter and jelly, ham and cheese. They just love sandwiches. And so I'll probably go through at least, for sure, 1 loaf, maybe even 2 if I let them. So we'll do that. And then the other 2 loaves I want to slice and make into peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the freezers to have those on hand. I just got the baked potatoes into our Instant Pot, and that's getting done. And then like I said, out of the freezer, I pulled out some no bean chili. So it hasn't finished defrosting all the way, but it's getting there and it's already cooked through. So I think I can put it in the pot on low for now and get that simmering away, and that'll be fine for dinner time. And then we'll just top those with like sour cream. We don't use sour cream, we use plain Greek yogurt for sour cream, but we'll use that. And then maybe some cheese, just depend, you know, whatever we have here, salt, pepper, that kind of fun stuff. And that'll be dinner, a really simple dinner to end our kind of busy day. It was not busy in the sense where we were going a lot of places and doing that kind of stuff, but busy where we just kept busy, and we had lots of fun stuff that we were doing and some not so fun stuff where we just had lots of stuff to keep us busy here at home. So I am going to finish this out here. Thanks so much for hanging out with me and just kind of getting some stuff done. Oh, I did get the kombucha done. So I have 2 jars of kombucha going, and then the other ones that we flavored and will be ready next week. But thanks for hanging out with me and enjoying the kitchen today and just kind of running some busy work here at home. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you be sure to give it a thumbs up? It really helps the channel, and it helps me to know what kind of video and content you're looking for here on the channel. If you're already a subscriber, thanks so much for being part of our little YouTube family. It really means so much to us. And if you're not, maybe check out some of the other videos that'll pop up for you at the end of this video and see if you want to become a subscriber. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss us in all of your fun YouTube channel subscriptions. And if you haven't heard today, you are completely and truly loved and so appreciated. Thanks again for watching.